Good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you on your Thursday evening, May 18, 2023, approaching 7:31 p.m. Central. And we have some strong thunderstorms lurking around East Alabama and West Georgia this evening. And we want to jump in here and kind of give you an update on what we have going out there at this hour. The strongest by far in the heart of the Dr. Don coverage area of East Alabama is going to be a strong thunderstorm in Clay County. This storm's been hanging out now for a while. It's not moving very quickly. And the National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement, just issued a brand new special weather statement on this particular storm. And going to read that to you. From the National Weather Service. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of north central Tallapoosa and southeastern Clay County through 8 p.m. this evening. At 7:23, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm 7 miles southwest of Ashland, moving to the southeast at only 5 miles per hour. The hazard with this particular storm are going to be gusty straight-line winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and nickel-sized hail. So those are the two hazards with this particular storm, and there you can see it on radar very close to Millerville, or right there along Highway 9 between Harkins Crossroads and Millerville, very slowly drifting to the southeast this evening. And where you see the pinks and the blues and that little bitty dot of white, that's where the hail core would be on this particular storm. As we go in a little bit closer, I will throw some road names up here for you, and we'll show you where we think that's happening. Baggett Road, Big Springs Road. Let's see if we can catch a few more here. Stone Road. These are in Clay County. Martin Road. Of course, there's Highway 9. Haynes Lane. Up here around Smith Circle. We may have some hail taking place there. Maybe some down here around Bowen Road. In Clay County. Those are just locations where the hail core is most likely taking place at this hour. Again, the storm is not severe by definition. You have to have winds in excess of 58 miles per hour or hail 1 inch or greater to get a severe thunderstorm warning. This particular storm is below that. We are showing an 80% chance of hail and only a 40% chance that this hail may be of severity and size. I believe we are catching a new special weather statement now. No, we have a severe thunderstorm warning now for this storm over here in Coosa County. For a storm there just south of Stewartville along Highway 231, just to the northeast of Weguffka and just to the southwest of Stewartville. The National Weather Service issuing a severe thunderstorm warning now for Coosa County, Alabama. This severe thunderstorm warning just being issued is in effect until 8:15 p.m. this evening. At 7:33 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Weguffka, moving to the southeast at around 5 miles per hour. The hazard with this storm is 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. So now we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is going to be for Coosa County, just to the west of Highway 231, just west and northwest of Hanover, just southwest of Stewartville, or just to the north of Weguffka, where the actual hail is taking place. Weguffka's covered there with some pretty heavy rainfall at this hour. That does stretch up into extreme southern and southeastern Talladega County there, just south of Sylacauga. And we have some moderate rain over here around Goodwater and Hollins. Both of you guys, though, are not under this severe thunderstorm warning. We have a small cell trying to get going down there around Alexander City. It's kind of moving off to the east, right there parallel to Highway 22. And then we have that special weather statement for central and southern Clay and extreme northern Tallapoosa County. As we zoom out a little bit, you can see all is quiet over here in Randolph County. Been pretty stormy up in Cleburne all afternoon, but for the moment, just some light to moderate rainfall there. Chambers County's in good shape, just some light showers just north of Lafayette. Back over toward 5 Points. Back in Tallapoosa County, we have that one cell there just to the northeast of Alexander City, pretty much running parallel to Highway 22. And then we have more rain down in the southern southwestern corner of Talladega County, down around Our Town, Lake Martin, maybe some small hail down there around Kalijah. That stretches back over toward Dadeville. And then down in western Lee County, we have some showers there near Notasulga, some light showers over Auburn, some heavier showers back up around Beans Mill, but nothing severe. As we go on down to the south, we do have some strong thunderstorms well south of our coverage area, down there south of Hurtsboro and continuing on off to the southeast. That storm is moving to the southeast also. Some light rain showers there south of Hamilton near Waverly Hall over in Harris County. Troup County looking pretty good at the moment. Some light showers scattered on the northern end of the county and also down there along the Harris County, Troup County line. Not much happening in Heard County, and up here in Carroll County, just some light showers over on the western side of the state from West Carrollton back over to around Ranburne in Cleburne County. So that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. The only severe warning we have in effect right now is that severe thunderstorm warning over there in Coosa County. Severe thunderstorms warnings have been pretty sparse this afternoon. But we have had several special weather statements as we've had more strong storms pop up this afternoon, just like we have seen the last couple of days. We're going to see that this afternoon. These storms will continue up until, 9, 10, 11 o'clock this evening. Then they'll start to fade away. Tomorrow does not look like a stormy day for East Alabama and West Georgia, but they will return on Saturday, especially in the afternoon. And then Sunday, maybe a few showers hanging around Sunday morning, but the things start to clear up. And right now, it looks like next week's going to be pretty good. The humidity levels are going to drop off considerably, and we're going to hang out in the upper 70s and low 80s for most of next week, with very little to almost no chance of rain next week. So we'll have a chance to dry out and we get rid of some of this humidity, at least for a few days. But it's summertime in the South. So this stuff will return, and we will deal with it multiple times now as we get into the summer months. So let's go over here to the chat room and see if we have any questions over here that I can answer for you. The What About Club is alive and well. What about Wedowee? Nothing happening in Wedowee. This storm that we've got over in Clay County is drifting to the southwest, like almost not moving at all, but maybe drifting a little bit southwest at around 5 miles per hour. We have another sail that actually started down there around New Site that's racing to the north and is merging with that sail there just south of Ashland. So it'll be kind of interesting here in the next few minutes to see what kind of motion this storm takes on it. But at least at the moment, it doesn't look like it's moving toward Randolph County. And so we'll see. We'll see how that plays out in just a few minutes. Honestly, it's moving so slow unless something changes with the forward motion on this storm and the forward motion direction. I don't think it makes it toward Wedowee. Let's see what else we've got here. Pouring down in Clay County. Thank you, Sherry. No question about that. It is coming a gully washer. As we used to say back in the day, anywhere from Ashland all the way down to the Talladega or Tallapoosa County line and back over to the Talladega County line as well. Lots of rain falling there in Clay County at this hour. Clanton, Alabama. We're talking peach capital of the southeastern United States. Yeah, you're looking pretty good, Clanton. You've got some showers down there, thunderstorms down around Selma, but those are moving off to the east. You could catch a few sprinkles here from some rain coming out of Maplesville, but nothing of any great significance. I am noticing a gust front right there off the Birmingham radar. You can see it if you look real close, that line that's bowing that's coming to the south. So it might get a little breezy there in Clanton here in the next few minutes or so, but I don't see anything severe for you. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Heather Jordan, good to see you in here. Graduation. We got graduation going. Where's graduation going on tonight? Randolph County Learning Center's in the house. Yes, we are going to get, I think we will have perfect weather for bike hike Saturday morning. I think we'll have a few clouds. I think it'll be kind of on the cool side, maybe a little humid for the run, but I think the rain will hold off, probably at least the widespread concentrated rain should hold off until Saturday afternoon. I mean, we cannot rule out a passing shower Saturday morning, but I don't think we're not looking at widespread rain Saturday morning. The Dr. Don Road Show will be there. Hope you guys make your plans to come by and see us. Registration starts at 7. The bike hike itself starts at 8. We're going to be giving away some NOAA weather radios, and also got some T-shirts we're going to be giving away. So come by. You got to register for the radios. We will be set up at the Roanoke Rec Center in Roanoke this Saturday morning. Let's see what else here. All is well in Dickert, so says the one and only Lorraine Anglin. Hey, Tracy! Lorraine says hey. She says hey, Lorraine. Kellyton, Alabama, in Coosa County, in the house. Let's see who else we got here. Hey, Chrissy. Francis asking about Wedowee. Nana Bear. Hey, Nana Bear in Ranburn. Maria is watching us from Heflin. There's Randall Ann. Mike Hill. How does it look for Chambers County? Yeah, not much happening down there right now. You just got some scattered light showers. You know, if you're not getting a strong thunderstorm right now, odds are you won't, because this stuff will start fading as we're now losing the heating of the day. Mountain community in the house. Y'all ought to be getting I'll be getting some rain there in the mountain community there in southern Clay County. Emily's watching us from Valley, Alabama. Central High School in Lineville. Oh my. Things are improving in Lineville. That's where the graduation's taking place. You still got rain there, though. Yeah, look at there. I'm assuming, yeah, at Central High School. Yeah, you got rain. Sorry about that. You got pouring rain, as a matter of fact, at Central Clay, there in Clay County for tonight's graduation. Hope they had a plan B to move that thing indoors. You got to have a plan B this time of year if you have an outdoor event planned. You always have to have a plan B, and I'm sure they did. But yeah, they got lots of rain falling right there at Central Clay in Clay County. Sherry's watching us in Wadley. I will be in Wadley, Alabama tomorrow. Actually, I'll be in New Site tomorrow evening at a T-ball game around 5:30. Then we're going to be hanging out on the West Bank in Wadley pretty much all weekend. We got a birthday party. Well, we've got bike hike Saturday morning in Roanoke, and then we've got a birthday party on Saturday afternoon. So I will become part of the West Bank community, myself and producer Tracy, over the weekend. Actually, we'll be on the, I guess we'll say we're going to be on the northeast bank because we're actually going to be in the Corinth community. Josh is asking, is this storm tornadic? And the quick answer is no. We're not seeing any tornadic activity out of any of these storms this afternoon. Now, let me preface that with this. Anytime you have a thunderstorm, especially this strong one over here in Coosa County, then there's always a chance. There is never a zero chance of a quick spin-up tornado when you have a thunderstorm. However, the upper levels of the atmosphere are not conducive for tornadic development this afternoon. But again, like I said, it has happened and it will happen again. So anytime you go under a severe thunderstorm warning, you need to position yourself so that you're close to your tornado safe place in the event that a severe thunderstorm is upgraded to a tornado warning. That certainly could happen with any severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see. Celia Toller is in the house watching us from the Rock Mills this evening. Oh, Lorraine says she loves you, by the way. Yeah, I love you back. Lorraine might have had a little something to do with me and Miss Tracy getting together back in the day. Might have had just a little something to do with it. Let's see who else we got here. Patricia Lynn's watching us from Roanoke. Beverly Smith is in Alexander City. William Prettyman is asking about Roanoke. Not a whole lot happening over there in Randolph County right now. You look pretty good. Sherry Smith saying hello to Heather. Rocket City watching for friends in Alex City. Where is Rocket City? Educate me, Brenda. I hope to see all of you guys on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. Kim says that she can hear the thunder. Yeah, it does look pretty nasty just to your west, Kim. But again, it's not really moving your way. We have that one piece that came up from the south. It's kind of merged with that storm just south of Ashland. And it really doesn't appear to be affecting the movement of the storm, which, yeah, we're going to watch this for just a few minutes. The radar says it's moving southeast. If it is, it's not moving southeast very quickly. I mean, Weather Service says about 5 miles per hour. If it continues moving southeast, Corinth, Wadley, Southern Union, Malone, Almond community, you might catch the extreme eastern side of that storm as it slides to the southeast. We'll have to see. New Hope is in the house. Clay County, hey, Gene. There's Miss Becky Farr listening to us in the truck in Opelika, headed back to Roanoke. Question is the weather out of Ashland? Yeah, not completely. The heaviest of it now is kind of split. Let me stop the radar and we'll go over there and take a quick closer look at it. So we have two different areas that are considered the heavy parts of the storm. You have this over here around Shiloh, which there could be some small hail there, and you have a couple of strokes of lightning there as well. And then down here to the southeast of Millerville, down in the southern part of the county to the west of Mountain Community, we have a couple of pockets of maybe some small hail there, but we still have very heavy rainfall from Cooley Crossroads all the way back to Cleveland Crossroads in Clay County. And then up here around Gibsonville, Harkins Crossroads, Millerville, things are looking a little better for you. Things should start to improve in High Pine. Ashland, yeah, maybe the rain has subsided some there in Ashland. Maybe walking distance from downtown Ashland to your south, though the rain continues there. And then things may start to improve over here at Central Clay for the graduation ceremonies in the next 5 minutes or so, but still some pretty heavy stuff around Shiloh and some pretty heavy rain up here around Lineville also. 5 points, Alabama in the hood. Hey, April. Michael J. Brown's watching us over in the Rock Mills. Well, I hope it's sunny Saturday morning for a bike hike. Yes, the storm should start to subside now that we've lost the heat component, which would be the sun. Things should start. I mean, they'll either just kind of hold what they've got right now for another hour or so, and then start to subside. Marston's Crossroads. Hey, Amy. Kay's asking about Russell County. I'll show you that in just a second. Slacking up a little bit in downtown Hughley. Ricky is listening to us in Gray Hill. Mary Williamson in Wedowee. Pittsview, Alabama in the house. Hey, Kay. What's coming to Roanoke? Well, at the moment, you don't have anything coming to Roanoke. But me, I'll be in there tomorrow afternoon. No audio? Hello. I think you got problems on your end, Chance, because I believe everybody can hear me just fine. Because you're the only one that said anything about it. I think everybody else would have been knocking on the door by now. All right, so we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. It's going to be over here on the extreme western edge of our coverage area. That's over in Coosa County. This is a pretty strong thunderstorm. And we've got some pretty nasty looking hail taking place over here. It's going to be just to the east of Weguffka and just to the west of Hanover in Coosa County. Let me throw some road names on here for you folks over in Coosa. County Road 56, County Road 41, County Road 56 goes everywhere, doesn't it? Yeah, so in the County Road 56 area, just to the east of Weguffka, is where this hail is occurring at the moment. And I got to tell you, right there in the middle, where you see that black right there, that is some serious hail taking place right there. As a matter of fact, now this is the radar algorithm, but the radar algorithm is giving us between baseball and grapefruit size hail right here. In the area of County Road 65 in Coosa County. That is some incredible looking hail signature right there. As a matter of fact, here comes a update from the National Weather Service talking about that very thing. Let me read this to you. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:15 p.m. for northeastern Coosa County. At 7:49, a severe thunderstorm was located near Hanover or near Weguffka. It's actually kind of between the two, moving southeast at 5 miles per hour. They are saying the hazard with this storm is 2-inch sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. So it's got a damage tag on the verbiage here, and the damage tag is considerable. Certainly, 2-inch sized hail is around the size of a hen egg or maybe a tennis ball, kind of somewhere in between a hen egg and a tennis ball. Our computer radar algorithm is giving us 3-inch sized hail, which would put it between baseball and teacup sized hail in this particular storm. And probably what's happening here, this storm has grown as big as it can, and this storm is in the process of collapsing. In other words, the hailstones have gotten so large, the structure of the thunderstorm can no longer support the weight of those individual hailstones at that size. So the whole bottom of the storm, for lack of better terms, is just ripped open. And all of these ice stones, which have gotten extremely large, are falling to the ground all at one time. And when that happens, all of the weight from all of those hailstones pushes the wind out of the way as it falls down through the column of air. And so it's kind of like a microburst or a downburst. All that wind rushes to the ground. When it hits the ground, it has to spread out in all directions. So if you happen to be around County Road 65 there between Weguffka and Hanover, you've got some pretty damaging thunderstorm activity going on there. And if you're caught right there under it, there could be some significant damage. We're talking about roof damage. We're talking about trees. There could be some structure damage from winds like this and from hailstones of that size. So a really dangerous situation right there in Coosa County between Weguffka and Hanover at this hour. Hey, Keith from Woodland. Keith Weathers. Donna Young is in here from Woodland. Amy East is watching us from Woodland. There's old Rock from Rock Mills. Hey, Tammy. For those of you that are just joining us, we're on the air because we have a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Coosa County. It's slowly drifting to the southeast. It's headed toward the Hyssop area there in central Coosa County. It's not moving very quickly at all. It's drifting to the south east at about 5 miles per hour. We also have a special weather statement for central and southern Clay and northern Tallapoosa. But I can tell you that this storm in Clay County is not nearly as strong as it was when we came on about 20 minutes ago. The lightning output has subsided considerably. Looking just at that storm, we're only noticing 14 lightning strikes in the last 3 minutes. So the lightning output has really come down in the last few minutes with this particular storm. Now, over here in the Coosa County storm, we have a little bit of a different situation. There are 80 lightning strikes in the last 3 minutes on the Coosa storm, and you can see very clearly that's a very dangerous looking hail core there. Everywhere where you see the purples, the pinks, the blues, the whites, and this black, you've got significant hail falling there, and especially where you see the black, that is significant. All right, so we just got a new volume scan on this, so let me take it current and let's look at this. So the black has gone away. That's an indication that the storm is collapsing. We still have significant hail taking place, but the lightning strikes also have gone from 80 in the last 3 minutes on the last scan to 50 on the most current scan. So your lightning strikes are coming down. We've lost that significant hail signature, even though we may still have, certainly may still have some some half-dollar and quarter and nickel-sized hail in this storm. We don't see that baseball to teacup-sized hail signature here anymore. So it's indicating to us that this storm may be, even though it is still very strong at the moment, it may not be quite as strong as it was, say, 4, 5, 6 minutes ago. That's a good sign. Now we have lost the special weather statement up here in Clay County. That goes right along with what I was just telling you. This storm is weakening. And so now the National Weather Service has allowed that special weather statement to expire. And Clay County, you are no longer under a special weather statement for that particular storm. Now, you still have some pretty significant rain going on up there in Shiloh, back over to southern Ashland, back down to Harkins Crossroads, over to Millerville, back over to Bluff Springs and Cooley Crossroads, and then especially just west of the mountain community, you've got some heavy rain there crossing over the Tallapoosa County line just to the northeast of Hackneyville. And then down in central Tallapoosa County, just to the south, or just to the east, a little bit southeast of Alexander City, just north of 280 to the northwest of Jackson Gap, you've got an area of heavy rainfall there. And some moderate rainfall continuing down here on Lake Martin from Kalijah all the way back up 63 to our town. A little rain over here south of Waverly, and some light rain across the city of Auburn, back over toward Beauregard, some light to moderate rain. That continues across the northern part of Lee County through Baines Mill and even over into Harris County. And then coming back up the state line, you see a few pockets of light rain there to the southeast of Lafayette, also in southern Troup County, just north of LaGrange. We have light rain from Hogansville down to Ware's Crossroads, back over into Alabama, just south of Standing Rock, and light rain there at 5 points. Randolph County, you just look good right now. Nothing going on in Randolph other than some light rain from about Potash up to Woodland to Newell, then right along 431 up into Cleburne County to near Shulafini. And then across the western side of Randolph, you've got some there across Lake Wedowee, Malone, Wadley, just light rain. And this stuff that's over here in Clay, we'll put it in motion so you can kind of see it's I think it's still drifting to the southeast. We were watching to kind of see what was going to happen when this piece of energy out of Tallapoosa got tangled up with that storm that was near Ashland moving southeast, and it looks like it just elongated that entire cell, and now over on the western flank of that storm, it looks like it's bowing on down into Tallapoosa County. So, yeah, we do have some showers down in Tallapoosa that are moving northeast, so it's still conceivable. Wadley, Corinth, Malone, even Roanoke, you could see a shower here in a little while. But the good news here is all this stuff appears to be weakening as it moves around this afternoon very slowly. Even the storm over here in Coosa County, where we had, we had at least baseball-sized hail indicated a few minutes ago, and it looks like that took place for about one volume scan, and that typically is about 4 to 6 minutes. So it looks like between 4 and 6 minutes there just east of Weguffka, we had baseball or maybe slightly bigger than baseball-sized hail with winds gusting to 60 miles per hour. So there may be some structural damage in that particular area there just east of Weguffka in Coosa County. So let me zoom back out. We're going to ride that. We're going to watch the entire area for a few minutes, and I'm going to wait for another update on this Coosa County storm before we get out of here this evening and see what the latest information is on that one. So while we're waiting on that to come in, let me run over here and take a look in the chat room. Hey, Cindy Smith. Thank you for joining us. Jackie Butts, watching from Roanoke, Alabama. Thank you, Mr. Jackie. Lots of thunder in Pittsview. Yep, I see you've got a little cell down there. Let's see. That's coming from all this stuff down along just north of Eufaula, all the way back up to Columbus. And then south of Tuskegee near Union Springs. But both of those cells are below severe limits. We did have, let me check that, we did have a severe thunderstorm warning just north of Eufaula, but they have canceled that and put a special weather statement in effect there. So, yeah, that's getting on down into the Wiregrass area of southeast Alabama. Smith Station in the house. There's Glenn watching us up in Lafayette. Karen is watching us in Wedowee. Thank you, Chance. Hey, Sharon, good to see you in here this evening. Merriweather, yeah. Not much happening over there in Georgia right now. And even though these storms in Alabama overall may be slowly showing a little bit of an eastern component to them, I think will completely fade away before they make it over toward Merriweather. Folks, don't forget, if you're on Facebook, if you'll scroll up here in the chat room, you see a automated post that's titled Restream.io. And it says, Facebook users, and this is only for Facebook users. If you have not already previously done so, click on that link. This is chat.restream.io/FB. We use Restream to distribute our product, our signal, to all of our different social media platforms. And Facebook requires permission for Restream to show me who you are. If you don't click on that and give Restream permission to show your username, then I have no way of knowing who you are when you post in the chat room. It just simply shows up as Facebook user. Somebody just posted, "Hey Doc," and it says Facebook user. I don't have a clue who that is. So go up there and click on that Restream link so that you give Restream permission to show me who you are. If you want me to know who you are. If you don't want me to know who you are, then don't click on it. You can also just type your name in your comment or your handle or however you want to identify yourself. Let's see here. We have a new special weather statement just issued for Clay County. This is for Clay and Tallapoosa. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of northwestern Tallapoosa and southeastern Clay County through 9 p.m. At 8:07, Doppler radar is tracking a strong thunderstorm near Goldville, or 10 miles south of Ashland, moving to the south at 5 miles per hour. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, and pea-sized hail may be possible with this particular storm. So there is a brand new special weather statement. So, folks, here's how this works. If a storm is significant enough that the Weather Service wants to get your attention, the least of the levels of alert is referred to as a special weather statement. That's the first thing they will issue. Then if it gets stronger, they go to a severe thunderstorm warning. And then if that severe thunderstorm were to become tornadic, then they would upgrade to a tornado warning. So that's the way that works. So this storm in southern Clay County has had a history of laying down some pretty gusty winds, some extremely heavy rainfall. some dangerous lightning, and from time to time some large hail. And that little piece of the storm that I was talking about just a few moments ago over on the western flank that I said was bowing down into Talladega County has now started to uptick and is now producing a hail core. So that is why they have issued the special weather statement. It's going to be for this area that you see here, where you see the pinks and the blues and the whites. And I'm going to rock the scan back and forth so you can kind of see. At 7:58, it really wasn't there. And then by 8 o'clock, it started to develop. And here we are at 8:11, and you see that hail core there. The algorithm is telling us there's an 80% chance that there's hail involved with this storm. And there's a 60% chance that the hail may be pretty significant, maybe up to $50 in size. Weather Service is warning for pea-sized hail, but the radar is telling us we could see some hail a little larger than that. Now, understand that's just what the computer is programmed to think based on the reflectivity returns that the radar is receiving back after it transmits out. So you got to mix that with a lot of other things to really determine what kind of hail may be falling there. That's not the computer doesn't always tell us exactly what's happening, but it is telling us that we do have hail here, most likely. The size of it, though, we really have to kind of check on ground truth reports to verify that. So if you're south of Bluff Springs, if you are west of the mountain community, if you're northeast of Goldville, northwest of Goldville, northeast of Hackneyville, then you're in this hail core. All right, County Road. There's County Road 5. This is in southern Clay County. Mount Zion Church Road. Pate Road. Throw a few more on here for you. There's Paris Drive. And I think this will either sit stationary or very slowly sink to the southeast. And down here in Tallapoosa, there's Pepper's Bridge Road. Valley Grove Campground Road. As this stuff slides to the south, it may get into some of these areas down here in northern Tallapoosa as well. So again, a brand new special weather statement issued now for extreme southern Clay and northwestern Tallapoosa County. For a strong thunderstorm near Bluff Springs or just west of Mountain Community, moving slowly to the south. Maybe the polygon suggesting that it's moving to the southwest. Let's put this thing in motion and see if we can pick up on that. I don't think there's much direction to the motion. I think it's just drifting right there along the county line. Northwest of Goldville, just west of Mountain Community, and just to the northeast of Hackneyville. Let's run back over here to Coosa County and check on our severe thunderstorm warning. So they've not reissued the severe thunderstorm warning, and the core of the storm is about to run out of that polygon. That tells me they're not going to reissue that severe thunderstorm warning. Let me put this in motion. Yeah, this one is most definitely moving south, even though the polygon's got it going southeast. It really looks like to me it's moving more south than southeast. But one thing I do want you to take note of. Now, look at all the lightning icons on the screen when this loop starts, and then look how many's there when it ends. So we'll do it this way. We'll go back to the beginning of the loop, showing we actually got up to 120 at one point, and now I saw 146, 147 right there at 8:04, and now we're down to 38 strikes. Let me move it down. I'll be fair. Let me get the whole storm in the frame because it did move a little bit south. So we got 28 strikes in the last 3 minutes on this storm now. So we're down 110, 115 strokes of lightning on this storm just in the last couple of minutes. So no questions. Yeah, there it goes. We just lost that severe thunderstorm warning. So there's no special weather statement. There's no severe thunderstorm warning now for Coosa County. This storm has really weakened in the last 15, 20 minutes or so. So that's what happens. See, these storms get huge, and they develop really large hail, and those stones get so large the structure of the storm cannot support it, so the storm starts to collapse. It dumps all of that hail and all of that rain all at one time, and when that frozen precipitation and liquid precipitation hits the ground, it pushes air out from under it as it's falling through the atmosphere, and when that air or that wind hits the ground, it spreads out in all directions. It's like a microburst, and it can cause a lot of damage. And that's exactly what just happened over here in Coosa County. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on this storm right here on the Clay County, Tallapoosa County line. Let's see. I mean, it does appear to be trying to strengthen. You'll notice right there, we did get, let me zoom in a little bit closer. I know this is hard. These fine details are hard to see on a smartphone. I get it. That's why all you guys need to follow us over on YouTube, and then make sure you have the YouTube app loaded up on your phone, on your smart TV, and watch us on that 75-inch TV you got hanging on the wall in the living room. Then you can see detail. You can see detail better than I can see. I'm doing all this on 32-inch monitors. But if you'll download the YouTube app on your smart TV, you can watch us on your television in your living room. And the resolution is phenomenal. So anyway, what I wanted to show you was we back up to about 8:07. We bring it forward 1, 2, 3 loops. You see that little bitty white dot forming right there in the middle. So that's intensification of the hail. And then we get to 8:10. It grows pretty big. And then all of a sudden it's gone at 8:11. And then you start to see a little white blow up there a little bit to the south. So this hail core is cycling. It gets strong, and then the storm releases the hail, and the signature goes away. And then it'll build back up. So this really kind of indicates to me, now this is not always the case, but this kind of indicates to me that this storm is probably not going to support, at least with the current structure of this storm, it's probably not going to support hail much larger than maybe marble to dime-sized hail. Don't think the structure on this storm is as good as that storm down in Coosa County was at one time. We'll watch this for a few more minutes and see, but I think we're going to be okay there. I apologize. I'm multitasking again. Our local fire department was dropping tones, so I was trying to look and see what's going on. Looks like we have an automobile accident with unknown injuries. Okay, keep an eye on that. So looking again at the overall picture here, if I'm not talking about your community, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Roanoke, Randolph County, Wedowee, Franklin, you guys are good. Things are looking better in Ashland. You've still got some light rain there. This stuff moving through northern Clay does appear to be kind of sliding to the east, which will move on over into Randolph. But, I mean, there's really nothing to that other than just some light and occasionally moderate showers. The heavy stuff that's prompted this special weather statement is down here in extreme southern Clay and northern Tallapoosa, and it seems to be really sliding to the south, maybe a little bit southwest. So that's not coming toward Randolph. If anything, it's drifting toward Alexander City. But I really don't think there's going to be much to it by the time it gets down here to Alexander City, that particular corner. And you'll notice we're filling in here just north of Alexander City. So you certainly could see an increase in thunder and lightning and rainfall, especially just north of Alexander City here in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. So other than that, not a whole lot going on across East Alabama and West Georgia at the moment. That strong storm there in southern Clay and northern Tallapoosa is the strongest thing we have out there at the moment. Though that storm in Coosa now is still respectable, even though we lost that severe thunderstorm warning. We don't have any advisories in effect at the moment. Now, we just got a message from the Weather Service. We're going to issue an aerial flood warning for areas along the interstate from Anniston to the Speedway in Talladega. Stream flows are still fairly high, though heaviest rain has moved out of the area. All right, so we're talking about up here around the Talladega Motor Super Speedway. And there it is right there. So what they're about to do, the Weather Service is going to issue an aerial flood warning along I-20 from the Supermotor Speedway all the way back to the Anniston-Oxford exit. So we've got a lot of standing water up here is what they're telling us. The heaviest rains have moved on, but we've got runoff. We've got water still standing up here, especially on the secondary roads, not necessarily for I-20, but that area. So if you're going to be traveling up here, especially if you're down there like on 78 or some of the surface streets in and around the super speedway all the way back over to Anniston and Oxford, be real careful. There could be some streams out of their banks. We could have some low-lying flooding taking place there. Yeah, and it kind of wouldn't surprise me to see the same thing happen over here in southern Clay, too. If you're going to be driving out here on any of the county roads, especially if you're going to be driving tonight and you're out here on some of these dirt roads, folks, culverts can get washed out and you don't know it until it's too late. It's already gotten dark. So if you drive into an area and there's water over the roadway, even if you think it's only an inch or two, don't do it because you don't know if the road is under that water. Don't take that chance. We've actually had stuff like that happen up here. We've actually had fatalities up here for folks who actually just drive off into a 40 or 50-foot hole where a culvert has washed out and it was full of water. They just didn't know. If the roadway is covered with water, do not drive over it. Turn around. Don't drown. You just can't tell at night what is under that water. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an aerial flood warning here for southern Clay and northern Tallapoosa, but especially southern Clay. It's been raining up here now for several hours. And then over here in Coosa County, it wouldn't surprise me either. They still got torrential rainfall taking place there, just north of Kelly's Crossroads, right there where Highway 22, from Hyssop all the way over to Highway 31 there, just south of Clanton. That's where the heaviest rain is taking place right now. Excuse me, there comes the aerial flood warning for Calhoun and Talladega County, Alabama. And let's see if we can get the text of this up here, and I'll read it to you right quick. Flood warning is in effect until 10:15 p.m. this evening. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected across a portion of central Alabama, including the following counties: Calhoun and Talladega until 10:15 p.m. this evening. Several roads remain closed due to flooding. Streams continue to rise due to excess runoff from earlier rainfall. Other details at 8:24, emergency management reported heavy rain and flooding in the warned area due to thunderstorms. Between 2 and 4 inches of rain fell in that particular area of Calhoun and Talladega County. Some locations that will experience flooding include Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, to name a few, maybe Lincoln, Sachs, Munford, Hobson City, Bynum, out there at the Anniston Army Depot, Anniston Regional Airport, Talladega Municipal Airport, Oxford Lake, Talladega Superspeedway, Blue Mountain, Anniston Army Depot, East Tavoga, and Jackson Shoals. So if I just mentioned your area there in Calhoun or Talladega County, you may have flooding taking place there, and that warning, again, remains in effect until about 10:15 p.m. This evening. So now they're just kind of giving us their thoughts on that storm in Coosa County a few moments ago. When I was showing you that black in the middle of the radar, this is from the National Weather Service at Birmingham. That storm in Coosa had 70 dBz up to 27,000 feet and 50 dBz up to 30,000 feet. With that high of reflectivity, would anticipate a lot of large hail that fell. Unfortunately, hail is the hardest storm report to get unless someone happens to be in it as it falls or sees it right after it falls, and that is correct. It's very hard to get ground truth report on what we're seeing on radar when it comes to hail. And you certainly don't want anybody to put themselves in danger by trying to get out in, because hail that large will seriously hurt you or could actually kill you. So you don't want to get out in stuff like that. But it would not surprise me at all if we didn't have at least tennis ball-sized hail, if not baseball-sized hail, in some portions of Coosa County when this was occurring about 15, 20, 30 minutes ago. Near and just south of Weguffco. That was some pretty nasty reflectivity on that storm. Still have a strong storm slowly working its way out of Clay into northern Tallapoosa County, right there along the county line, to the northeast of Hackneyville, to the northwest of Goldville, where you see the blues, pinks, and that little white area there. That's where the hail would be occurring at the moment. So here's the plan, folks. Here's the plan. Going to wrap this up here in just a few moments because, well, I'm trying to get ready to head toward the great state of Alabama tomorrow, and so I'm doing some programming on our road equipment because we're going to be broadcasting live from the Rec Center in Roanoke on Saturday morning for the 48th annual Randolph County Learning Center Bike Hike. Registration starts at 7. The bike hike itself kicks off at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. At the moment, looks like the weather's going to be okay. I think we have a window of about 4, maybe 6 hours on Saturday morning where we're not going to have to deal with any storms. I think they will return Saturday, but I think it'll be in the afternoon. So in the process of getting ready to make that road trip tomorrow down to East Alabama. And yeah, I still got a couple of 2-3 hours of work to do on that before I can get some shut-eye this evening. So we're going to keep an eye on this storm in southern Clay and northern Tallapoosa in the event that the Weather Service were to upgrade this to a severe thunderstorm warning, or if we were to start to see some larger hailstones in this storm. We'll come right back and give you that information. And I'll zoom out quickly, though, to show the rest of you not a whole lot going on out there right now other than that area in extreme southern Clay, northern Tallapoosa, and then over here in Coosa County now, actually kind of moving to the southwest back toward southeastern Chilton, maybe, northeastern Autauga, and maybe down into northwestern Elmore seems to be the direction of this particular storm. That's a little bit backwards from what we normally see. And we're beginning to see rain pick up a little bit there around Lake Wedowee. Nothing severe, nothing heavy, but maybe the coverage is intensifying a little bit right there around Lake Wedowee up in Randolph County, but nothing severe or nothing even remotely close to being severe up here in northern Clay or back over into Randolph. Chambers, you still look good, and everybody else is too. I'll keep an eye on it, and we'll watch this for another several hours, and if there's any need to come back, I will, and we'll continue with our coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather. If not, I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with your prime time forecast on Dr. Don's Weather. Y'all have a good evening.